What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day today. I hope you guys listened. um, Great area for puts. Play it all the way down to previous day value area high. This is your retest enter calls. I guess you could have reversed the puts on the second um, tap of this level. I wouldn't. I would have taken the first run. But yeah, awesome. Hopefully you guys listened. Very, very nice. Let me start deleting stuff. I did not trade today. I didn't even technically get out of bed. I thought about trading. On futures, I woke up when we were like up here somewhere. I'm basically the area that you should have been in puts on SPY. But I was like, oh, I probably won't make it to my computer in time to get in. Um, and it chopped sideways quite a bit, so I probably would have gotten on in time. Um, and then I looked back and I saw that we were like here when I came back on, or like when I checked charts again. And I'm like, great. So I missed the sell off and I missed the bounce. So I didn't even turn on my computer. Um, but yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys got it. I had a long evening. Basically, my son was asked to fill in on guitar for a band. Um, their guitarist, I mean, we're talking about young kids, right? So, um, their guitarist isn't quite good enough to play some of the solos on songs that they want to do. So they asked my son just to. I think this is a poor low. Yeah. So anyway, they asked my son just to like fill in and do the solos for them. So we were at his music school till like 8:30 last night, and then we got home, and me, my wife, and my son had a very in-depth conversation about the direction that his current. I mean, he's in two bands, but the one band, just went viral on TikTok and Instagram. And why is this lagging? So we were talking for like 3 hours about the direction the band should be taking. Um, and with that, I was up really late and just was not in the mood to wake up this morning. Um, Conversation went real well. I sent a message to like all the other parents this morning about my thoughts on what we should be doing. And some of my thoughts were already put into motion, which was like, okay, so we bounced back into the breakout area, but we have an indecision, like a bearish indecision candle. Big volume again, pretty, um, but definitely worth noticing. I mean, it's not huge, but the last 3 days have been red days, right? But red days on decreasing volume as we're approaching what should be support, right? So there's a chance that we just bounce out of here. I want to see where Bitcoin is. So they're still bouncing off that support that we need to break to go lower. No real surprises. Futures, we've opened kind of flat. Nothing really to talk about. They're basically where we closed. Let's check out Fear and Greed. I know I was in the middle of another conversation, but I was just talking because I was charting and there was nothing else to talk about. But we should be in fear or extreme fear. Okay, almost in neutral wild. Look at calendar for tomorrow. I'll get back into the conversation I was having after we're done looking over everything. Really nothing going on. Core retail sales an hour before the open. 30 minutes after the open, existing home sales in the U.S. Revised UOM consumer sentiment. So those things should give us some volatility. Are you serious? Hello, hello. Am I too far away from my microphone?
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Success.
Okay, so just my volume's low because I was too far away from my micro. Why is my volume so low? Test, test. Test, test. Dude, that's wild. Somebody must have turned the knob on my gain.
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Success.
Test, test. Test, test. Dude, that's wild. Somebody must have turned the knob on my gain. Test, test, test.
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Success.
I want to see where it's at right now before I close this. Test, test. Test, test. Dude, that's wild. Somebody must have turned the knob on my gain. Test, test, test.
Crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Success.
All right, I guess let's just redo everything. Sorry, everybody. Newbie YouTuber here. I mean, there's nothing really. I was saying hopefully you guys shorted the top, got puts at the top in the area that we had outlined. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to revisit it. I could be wrong. I can't move the screen, otherwise it will screw everything up. But this was our area for puts, right? Play it down to previous day value area high. You could have closed here and got into calls, played it back up to our puts level. And you could have reversed back into puts here, closed your calls, played it back down to previous day value area high. That's basically what I covered at the beginning. Other than that, I just drew levels. I mentioned that I didn't trade today. I woke up as this was happening. I knew it was a short level, but I thought I missed it. Like by the time I got to my computer, turn on my software or whatever, I knew that I wouldn't catch this, and I actually would have because we chopped sideways for quite a bit. And then the next time I looked at my charts, we had bounced and we were like up here somewhere. And I was like, crap. So I missed the dump and now I missed the bounce. Like, I'm not even going to turn on my software. Because even just at that moment, like knowing that I missed such a massive quick move and that I missed such a massive quick reversal, like I would have already been feeling FOMO, if that makes sense. Like, it just wasn't a good idea for me to even turn on my computer at that point. And then I was saying the reason that I didn't wake up. I mean, I did wake up, but I just turned off my alarm and went back to sleep. I was way too tired. Was my son, and when I say this, I'm not talking bad about the other kids. They're children, right? And all of them are practicing and trying to get better at their craft. But my son was invited to like basically fill in on a band on guitar, just doing like the guitar solos, and help out a little bit with like the harder sections of guitar parts on a song, because the band's guitarist, as of right now, is not able to do it. And again, they're a kid; they'll get there. It's not, it's just a practice thing. So we were at my son's music school till like 8:30 last night, and then we came home, and me, my wife, and my son had like a 3-hour conversation on the direction that their current band should be taking, because they went viral on TikTok and Instagram. Really quickly. So anyway, I went to bed really late. Didn't feel like waking up this morning. I mentioned that over the last 3 days, we've had red days with decreasing volume. Not majorly decreasing volume, but decreasing nonetheless day over day. And we're right at a support level. So there's a chance that we get like a nice green candle tomorrow. Then I looked at Fear and Greed, which you guys saw were like almost neutral, right? Right here. We looked at the calendar. There's really nothing going on tomorrow until like 30 minutes after the open. We have existing home sales and revised UOM consumer sentiment. I should be live tomorrow. Probably about an hour and a half after the market opens, right around there. Should be for everybody. Keenan's, the mentorship group, and Shorty's Discord. So yeah. Anyway, apologize about the mic. I didn't even notice. I don't really have a way to show you guys, but I have a Scarlett, I forget what it's even called, 2x2, I think, 2i2. And it has the gain dials like right on it, and every once in a while, like they'll accidentally get bumped or whatever, and I guess it got bumped, and that's why my volume was so low. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh, and then I talked about futures. We're basically right where we closed, just kind of trading flat, and they just bounced off of the close. But not even a big bounce, it's just a couple of points. Nothing even worth talking about. Let me pull up my order flow software. Oh, actually, this will be interesting because yesterday we were talking about watching for a bounce on futures. We had looked at the buy-side imbalances. I'm wondering if they bounced in that big one that we were... I said there was like two smaller ones above that I would probably ignore. But then there was that big one below. I wonder if that's where we bounced. That would be kind of cool to see. Oh no, they're like way down here. We didn't even reach them, but they created... Wow. See, like this is just money, and like I completely missed it. They created a buy-side imbalance here where when they took off, and then they came back to this area and bounced really hard. This just shows you how well these work. This is like a 4-point range. So even if you bought the top, like you're good. Absolutely crazy. And then you can see this is all absorption. Aggressive buying. Yeah, crazy. I don't see any other imbalances that are of importance right now. Looks like they bounced off this twice. Okay, let's look at our cluster chart. I mean, basically the only thing I see is to be short up here, where they sold off from today. If we revisit that. But that's it. This stuff's all been tapped, so nothing worth talking about. All right. I want to get cranking here because I have work tonight, and I want to stop on the way to work and get food. This is a little bit harder to call. Basically, at the top, we have that sell side, or those high volume clusters up here. But it's also a poor high, so I would like to see them do something like this. And then you would want to grab puts like right around here as they're... why are you being so weird, bro? As they're crossing back below. Same thing on the bottom. I'd like to see a peak below and then go. Apparently my daughter's having a very bad afternoon. I don't know what the hell's going on. Money if we get it. And then also money if we get it. Right? Happy Halloween. What? I believe these are the most likely scenarios for tomorrow. That's true, Mike. Yeah. I guess though, like most of the time she's happy and you know, laughing and smiling and running around. She doesn't cry all too much. Yeah. Anyway, most likely scenarios for tomorrow. And like I said, I should be live like an hour and a half after the market opens. And hopefully we'll catch something then. And then I'll just finish talking about what I was talking about. I'm done with the basically setup. Nice, JC. Setup / whatever levels of the video. So if you're not interested in my personal life stuff, this would be the time to hop off. What was I gonna say? Oh well. Oh, if you have questions, now's the time to ask. Like Zeus asked about what I think on Trump rescheduling marijuana. I don't even know what that is. I don't I haven't looked at the news, and I don't know what rescheduling marijuana means. So I can't give an opinion. All right. No, Triple G. I didn't even trade today. Yes, that's what I was saying. I was up really late with my family, like discussing. Some of you have probably seen it, but my son's, or the band my son is in, I hate when people say my son's band, or my kid's band or whatever. It's not. They're a group. So the band my son is in, they went viral on TikTok and on Instagram, and a really big kids band called Illuminati Sons replied to their video, and they were like, "Hey, like we should do a tour together." And I kind of noticed that like their reply to our post didn't get very much love, which surprised me. Right, like we should be embracing somebody reaching out like that. And so, I don't know, just a few things were bothering me. Like, I feel like they tried to, like, keep the momentum going by posting, like, stupid stuff on TikTok and Instagram. Or I shouldn't call it stupid, but just stuff that I knew, like, people wouldn't really interact with. And so, I was feeling a little bit frustrated, that the parents weren't being like super laser about taking advantage of like the viral fame that they got, right? So I sent a group text this morning like, hey, the kids, like we should have already had a meeting, and from that meeting we should have already picked songs for them to start working on individually. So the next time they come together, they can practice them as a group, and we could try to get some video footage of the new songs they're working on to share on social media. And then I said, like, somebody should have reached out. If nobody did, somebody should have reached out to that other kids band that said we should tour together and hit them up and be like, hey, like, we're totally interested. Like, what do we need to do to make it happen? And then the other thing I said was like, that basically like it seemed like the feeling from all the other parents was like they were pushing for like asking the kids like what their favorite bands were. And to me, that's irrelevant, because like if you ask my son what his favorite bands are, they're all punk bands, and these kids are not going to do punk songs. So like that's not helpful. And then a lot of the kids I know will pick like pop songs or whatever. And the videos that they were getting the most traction on were like, Screamio or whatever, where they have like the vocalist that's harmonizing and my son that's doing the screams. So I was like, the conversation shouldn't be like, like what's your favorite band? The conversation should be, what songs do you actually like that are best suited towards Owen and Henrik singing together? And I don't know, I said a few other things. And fortunately, like, pretty much everybody was like, yeah, I agree. So we've set a meeting for this Saturday morning to discuss everything and get the kids, like, hopefully on the right track. But it seems like there's at least a small chance that my kids will be doing a tour this year, which would be insane. I don't know how I would make it work, but I know I would have to keep working. And so my wife, my daughter, and my son would have to take off on tour, which would be insane. But I mean, I'm down. I'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. Because I know, like one good tour like that would have him set for life where he would never have to worry about money. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can share it all. So, like, their TikTok... I mean, I'll post the links, but I'll just show you guys. Where is it? How do I search on TikTok? I don't know why I can't. Oh, duh. Yeah, they work super hard. So this is their band. This is the video that went viral. Oops. That's my son. Anyway, here's the link to this. And then my son's... I guess this is like my son's personal account on TikTok. And then on Instagram, this is their Instagram. And they got reshared by like, what's it called? They got reshared by Alexis on Fire, the band that originally wrote and played that song. They also got shared by, what's it called? Ratbeard, who's the drummer for that band. And so their video there got a lot of love. I think it's a different angle. Yeah. And then there's tons of people that are like, famous that replied or whatever. Like, they got a lot of love. But yeah, this is just a different view. Obviously might not be some people's kind of music, but for me, like, I just appreciate, like, what's it called? I appreciate talent, right? So I like most music, but even if I don't like a type of music, I can appreciate the talent if it's there. This is the band that asked them if they wanted to tour. It's a bunch of like, I don't even know how old they are, but they look like they're 6, 7, 8, right around that age range. And they just finished a tour, or they're just finishing a tour. And so, yeah, they asked like, they said we should do a tour together. I don't know how serious they were, but it would be amazing if they could make it work. And then my son's is BJJ Henny. So this is my son's like personal Instagram, where I mean he's got a lot of footage of like whatever like shows. This was him on stage with Pennywise. You can see the crowd, and this is awesome. This was him on stage. They gave him the microphone with the casualties. So this is the same concert, so that huge crowd is still there, and my son just goes off. It's kind of cool. Like he's gotten a lot of love from musicians. Like they'll DM him on Instagram. A lot of them know him just by face because we go to a lot of concerts, and he's always up at the front rail. Like, well, I guess it's gone now, but he just got handed. I'll try to just show you guys a picture. Oh, wait, where is it? And it's pretty funny. A lot of people, when they first hear my son do the screams, they're always like, oh, protect his voice. Dude, the kid's worked with like 4 different vocal coaches. And he's constantly working with vocal coaches. Like he just worked with one of his vocal coaches yesterday or on Tuesday. So like we just went to the Bouncing Souls concert. That's my son right there at the rail, and that's the drummer at the end of the set handing my son the drumsticks. So a lot of them, you know, like they see him because he's always like front and center on the stage. Oh, and like if you're interested, this is him working on his vocal technique with his vocal coach. Like this was Tuesday.
So try to push more air. So. Well, that's okay. Good. Go.
And this was him working on his screams. And they're actually, from this one session, they're a lot better. And so like the next time he performs, he's going to sound even better. You'll see like he's holding his stomach because his vocal coach was working a lot on having him tense up his core when he's doing screams. So that's kind of like what he was focusing on here. And he sounds a lot better already. Being a clown. Anyway, he works super hard. Whoops. Works super hard. And we'll see what happens. The parents and the kids are going to have a meeting on Saturday, and we'll kind of see where we're going to go from there. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully, this takes off and my kid's touring the U.S. this year. I will be, like I said, I'm going to be live in the morning most likely, hour and a half after the open. I'm going to go hop in the shower, get ready for work, and I guess I will see you guys in the morning. For those of you that I don't see, I hope you have a great weekend. I know Christmas is coming up, so people might start traveling, not watching videos, whatever. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is you believe in, whatever it is that you celebrate, is completely irrelevant to me. I honestly don't care. But I don't, like getting offended, I think, by people saying like Merry Christmas. If somebody walked up to me and said Happy Hanukkah, even though I'm not Jewish, I'd be like, oh, thank you. Happy Hanukkah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I'm never trying to be like politically correct or whatever, but whatever it is you guys celebrate, I hope you have a great holiday. I hope you have a good time with friends, family, whatever it is you're doing. Hopefully you get some rest from, the working grind and all that. Some people will, like not enjoy not having, like the market's going to be closed a lot over the next couple of weeks or whatever. Don't look at it as a negative thing. A lot of people feel this need to trade every single day. Just embrace it and enjoy the time off. Love you too. Thank you. How did I come up with the name Catching Rockets? I honestly just couldn't even tell you. When I first started trading, I just went with like my funny like username I would use for gaming, which was, or actually I've had like a lot of like names over the years. When I was in like the hacking scene, and when I was in the pirating software scene, like the courier groups, release groups, all that stuff, my name was Nasty. And then that quickly, my name was Nasty for a while, and then that changed. Like I didn't want to use like my hacker name. No, I had no idea you would adopt that. But I didn't want to use like the alias I used for hacking and other nefarious activities as my username for like gaming. So I took on the name, or for a while I was Confusion, but like Konzions. And then right around the time of like the first Lord of the Rings, I was trying to think of a new nickname for gaming. And if you guys remember Bilbo Baggins, right? I took on the alias Fun Baggins. And it was like an ode to Lord of the Rings and boobies. Anyway, so when I first started trading, I just used my Fun Baggins alias on like everything. And then as I started getting into like teaching and YouTube, I was like, oh, this is not an appropriate name for this. Like, to me, it's funny. And I'm sure to most people it would be funny, but it wasn't really like an appropriate name. I guess like if I don't explain it, like it's, Bilbo Baggins and Fun Bags, combined and whatever, and like just way too much of a conversation piece every time. Yeah. I don't know. I just was trying to think of like new names, and it just kind of hit me like, oh yeah, like Catching Rockets, as you're trading. And it was kind of funny, like right around the time I took that name, I guess there was a guy, and I might even say his name wrong because I don't know him, but his name was like Rocket Catching Bob or something like that. And somebody accused me of like stealing his name, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know who the fuck that is. But I guess like, like if I realized like this person was still active and like he was considered like a really, really good trader. And again, the name might be wrong. I don't know if I could try Googling it, but, Yeah, so here. RCB, aka Rocket Catchin' Bob, professional momentum trader after years of successful trading. Rocket Catchin' Bob last live was 4 years ago. So like right around the time that I took the name, he actually like announced that he was retiring from doing like, you know, trading videos, educational videos, retiring from trading altogether. He was getting older. You can see like there's videos like, you know, 2021, 2020. So anyway, like somebody accused me of stealing his name, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know who the fuck that is, but okay. And so then I went and looked them up, and I was like, oh, they've retired, like, so I'm good. You know, like I'm not going to change my name based on that information. Like I didn't have any idea who they were, and I still really don't know who they are. But yeah, I guess there was somebody with a similar name, but not the same. But yeah, again, I was like accused of stealing his name. But anyway, I'm gonna go hop in the shower because I want to stop and get food on the way to work. And if I talk anymore, I will not have time to do that. So anyway, as always, much love, much respect to everybody. I should see you guys in the morning. If you're not there for whatever reason, again, happy holidays. Whatever that looks like to you, I honestly don't give a shit. But if you're Jewish, great, happy Hanukkah. If you're of Christian faith, you know, Merry Christmas. If you're something else, I don't know, happy holidays. Have a great one. I'm not politically correct, and I could honestly give two shits. But if somebody wishes you like a Merry Christmas or a Happy Hanukkah or Happy Holidays, just smile and say thank you and say the same back. Like, who cares? Like, nobody's trying to hurt your feelings by not knowing what you celebrate. But that's me. Like, I honestly, like, people are always looking for a reason to be offended, like, too easily. At least in my opinion. Anyway, enjoy yourself. Have a good time with your friends, family, whatever it is that you do. Get some rest. Enjoy the time off. Enjoy the time off from trading. Do some studying. Come back refreshed, you know, with a new perspective or whatever. As always, much love, much respect. I mean, I will be around for, you know, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be doing videos as long as the market's open. I'm not going on vacation. So I will see you guys. But to the people that are not, I guess I'll see you after the holidays. As always, much love, much respect. Peace out, y'all. We'll see you.